Hey, Hal. How are you and Ariza doing? We kind of had to break up once the Cora found out she was only 16, so... Dang it, Hal. Why can't you ever just do what's right for once? You need to be more like Superman. He has all the powers in the world. Flight, super speed, X-ray vision, super strength. And he always does what's right. He's an inspiration to us heroes. You're totally right, Wally. Even my mom talks about how good Superman is. Your mom, huh? Why does it suddenly feel hot? What's up? How's the Legion of Comic Collectors doing today? Well, I've got something I haven't had in about 3 or 4 months. A comic haul. I was finally able to get over to S-Tail Comics, and man, I didn't hardly scratch the surface of all the new stuff he's put out. But got some cool things. First off, I was finally able to pick up a Reverse Flash figure. I've been wanting one of these for a while. The old DC Multiverse one could be pretty expensive, and I just never come across one. So happy to get that. And I also picked up a Arkham Knight figure, which is very cool. So 2 cool figures. Now the comics, I picked up a couple sets. He'll put full sets together. And I had never seen these. They're like smaller ash can size copies of the old Man of Steel saga. Back when they revamped Superman. I thought that was pretty cool. It says a special MPI audio edition on the bottom there. So not really sure what these are from, but I thought it was a cool variant thing to add, so I picked them up. Another set. I think these came out after I quit collecting, but a full set of the Batman and Robin miniseries that came out. Looks like with Nugan art. So pretty cool. I didn't have any of these. You know I'm a sucker for a Batman miniseries or one-shot. And then the last one, I have a few of these, but I don't have the whole set. And my buddy on here, Minutia Minute, he just had a baby, but when he was active, he did a This Week in Batman, and was telling me this was actually supposed to be a Legends of the Dark Knight story that didn't, happen that way and became its own mini. And for the price of this set, it's cheaper than it probably would have took me paying new book prices to pick up the ones I was missing. So, a complete set of that. I believe one of those is the first appearance of Killer Croc's son, which is cool. And then we'll look at the price as marked books, and then we'll jump into the dollar comics. This is a book I thought I had for the longest time. We have Detective 524. And this is one of the many various books that is listed as a first appearance of Killer Croc. And it's also, I believe, the second appearance of Jason Todd. And then this, I didn't know if there's anything special about it. It says Motu preview. So maybe one of the first appearances of Masters of the Universe. But just an issue. This is sort of the era where my Batman going backwards ends, or where I have a lot of holes. So getting books like this is great. Detective 520. And I don't even necessarily collect back this far, but for $5 we got some bigger detectives. $4.93, $4.91, and $4.92. That's out of order. And then I picked up a Batman 319. I believe I have everything from 400 forward. So going backwards from 400, I have some holes. Not someone who wants to collect a lot of like Silver Age or anything like that. But sort of from probably 1980-ish forward I'd like to get. So this was something my buddy Magic Lasso told me wasn't very good. But I do collect Wonder Woman. So I'll pick them up for $1. I think I got the whole mini here. But issue 7. I don't pick up new books anymore. But I would enjoy getting them for $1. Because then if I don't like them, which I tend not to like the new stuff, it only costs me $1 to fill in the collection and check it out. And then Batman. We got a Detective 1019. And these, some of these books, I just want to get to have second copies. You know, have a nice inner reader from around this era. I got a Superman like that too today. This, if you watch my last video, I was telling you how you get some cool Batman keys, my top 20 Batman keys, and said you get some of them for $1. And I included this one, found it for $1 today, number 417, the first appearance of KG Beast. Some more recent stuff that I just hadn't got. Happy to pick up in the dollar bins. We got Robins issue 2 and 1. And I have I feel like 3 or 4 Batman Gallery books. I don't know if they're ever called the Dark Knight Gallery, but I know I don't have this cover. So for $1, I'll add it. And I have a trade of this. I've never really noticed the individual issues. The Batgirl Year 1. But for $1, I'll pick them up. We have 1 and 2. Maybe I'll eventually put the set of singles together too. Brave and the Bold 124. Catwoman Future State issue 1. So I have that finished off. And this Dark Knights of Steel. I think I only had the first 2 issues. Got 1 from STL Comics dollar bins and 1 out of a Walmart pack. So slowly filling that mini in. You can't beat it for $1. There's a Superman I just picked up randomly. And then newer Superman. Didn't enjoy it too much, but for $1, I'll pick the issues up. So we got 8, 7, issue 5, issue 4. I think I had the first 3 issues of it. And then an annual. Green Lantern, I think I had collected up to issue 6 of this. Quit buying it, you know, just quit buying new comics in general because they're expensive and terrible. But Green Lantern especially just fell off a cliff. So we got issues 7 and 8 of that series. I thought I had this entire Young Justice series, but issue 20, something like that. I knew I was missing one issue, but looking at my CLZ while there, it showed I was missing this and 20. So I guess I need one more issue for that. Another series I'd like to collect, especially near the end of it, specifically when it has the Starman, is Adventure Comics. If you don't know who I'm talking about, this Starman. I am a big fan of the Star family. We have a Secret Origins Mini, issue 4 and 2. This I grabbed without really looking at it, thinking it might be part of the 100-page Spectacular or one of those series, because I know there's some Tarzan ones. Looking at this top part, I thought it was, but it says issue 231. So I think it's just part of the regular Tarzan line. It's beat up, but for $1. Shadow Warzone Omega, a newer book. I've been trying to put a Who's Who complete run together for a few years now. Don't really see them a lot. I always grab them. And I didn't recognize any of these covers, but I tend to grab them whether I recognize them or not. It's they use the Roman numeral numbering here, which I could read, but when you're sort of being rushed trying to look through books real quick, not something I can decipher super quick. So a few issues of those. I picked up Shazam Future State 1 and 2. And what's cool about these next books, I've said it before in my videos, but during the Blackest Night, they did a bunch of issues where a series had ended, and they got a Blackest Night, like, you know, one issue. So, like, for instance, Power of Shazam ended at issue 47, so it got an issue 48 added on for a Blackest Night tie-in. As well as Adam and Hawkman got an issue 46. And the last book for today I've actually been on the lookout for, because I've been trying to put together the Suicide Squad Volume 1. It got an issue 67 added. So that's it for today. It's nice to do a haul after so long and get back to looking at books, being out and about. Haven't had a lot of time lately for any of that. It's also nice to find some cool stuff like this that's been on my mind that I wanted to get, and a couple figures. As always, guys, you know I appreciate you watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I would love to hear from you in the comments as well. And with that, I'll see y'all later.